Okay, folks, I'm back. This is a lecture I'm going to give you on short form citations. Earlier in the course, I had a video on short form citations. There's a handout in the materials section about short form citations. This lecture is necessary to complete the assignment in this week. What is a short form citation? It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a truncated, chopped off version of a full citation. It's a something that we use in legal writing in order to avoid writing the entire citation out over and over again if you are writing something for the court or some formal legal pleading. So let's go to it. This here is a sample of a brief that I actually wrote. Okay, you will see that I have this quotation here, or this citation here, excuse me. See Commonwealth versus Figueroa at 74 Mass Appeals Court, 784. That means volume 74 of the Mass Appeals Court reports starting at page 784, and I direct the reader to page 789 of that case, the pinpoint citation. That is the full citation. The first rule that's important for you to know is when you write a legal document and you put a full legal citation in it, you never again need to cite that case in full as a general rule. You do not need to ever again use that full citation. And there are a couple of possibilities that you can do. Now, you will see that as I scroll down here, I have this parenthetical. We call it a parenthetical. This is a quote from for Figueroa, that police received several complaints about heavy traffic going to and from the third floor of this apartment, etc., with drug activity. All right. So my next sentence after Figueroa, the next sentence references Figueroa again. It says the court in Figueroa noted that quote, this type of evidence is frequently relied upon to shore up defects in the informant's reliability. Okay, so in this particular case, I have the designation id. Why do I use id? Id is the short form that we use when we are referring to the immediately preceding case that was cited. So here I use id because I gave the full citation in the prior sentence right up here. So the reader knows, just the reader's not dumb. He goes down here, he says id, okay, it must mean Figueroa. And I don't have any page number next to it. What does that mean? Like I don't put id at 72 or id at page this. That means the simple id there means that I'm referring to Figueroa, and I'm also referring to page 789. It's the exact duplicate citation that occurs. Okay. Now, what if this next quote I had here wasn't on 789? What if it was on 790? Okay, a different page this quote occurred on. I would put, in that case, id at 790. That tells the reader I am referring back to the immediately preceding case, Figueroa, and I'm referring to the reader to page 790, not 789. Okay, so that's the first rule. Id, we always use id when we are referring to a case in the immediately preceding sentence or immediately preceding. Okay, now we go to the second rule here. I'm going to scroll down here. You'll see that I have a couple of cases here highlighted. There's Commonwealth versus Allen, Commonwealth versus Desper. Okay, I have quotations from both of those cases in this brief. There's a long quotation here from Desper, these block quotes. Okay, now that I have cited them, I never have to cite these cases ever again in their full citation form. So let's go down, and here's Warren as another example, okay, and Montero. So these are all cases that are in full citation form, okay. Okay, so here's an example of id. So here's Montero, and here's the id that I told you about. So I cite Montero completely here, and then down here I cite id at 479. That tells the reader I'm talking about Montero, the previously preceding case, right there. Okay, so now let's go down here. More ids. These are all Montero. Um, so you'll note here I have Warren Supra at page 90. Okay, that's what 90 means, page 90. I wrote supra because Warren does not occur in the immediately preceding sentence. Warren occurs farther back in the memo. It occurs, we looked at it back there. The full citation for Warren occurs right back, back, all the way back. Well, we missed. Well, it's back there somewhere. Um, I might have missed it. But anyway, so the point for supra is we always use supra when we are referring to something that occurs further back than the immediately preceding citation. Are we okay? All right. All right. Here's another example: Commonwealth versus Ponte. I cited it once full. And then we go down. Oh, there's Warren. And I say Ponte Supra, meaning it's way back, it's back there somewhere. And then I put the page number that I'm talking about at 84 to 85. So in this particular case, I'm directing the reader to support my argument. I want the reader to go to pages 84 and 85 of Ponte. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So that was a brief lecture on reviewing this. You have the short form citations in the legal materials section. There's a handout on it. You need to look at that and look at this lecture and then complete the assignment on using short form citations. Okay? Thank you.